back on your life as a homemaker, are you reminded of the women who came before you and helped shape the homemaker and woman you are today? In this video, we're talking about a heritage of homemaking. We all have a legacy of homemaking traditions in our families. You may be like me in that no one sat you down and said, "This is how you keep a home." But honestly, I don't think I had the maturity back then to grasp the importance of homemaking. But I've realized that I was quietly learning some homemaking things in the background. But oh, how I wish I could go back in time and observe my grandmother as a homemaker. She was born in the 1920s and she knew how to make all her own clothes as well as beautiful quilts. She also knew how to do canning. She was an amazing cook and a pretty good gardener. And of course, with today's technology, we could easily go online and enroll in classes to learn these skills. But I think there's just something so special about learning these things through your family. Family tree is complicated, but truth be told, whose isn't? I wouldn't have necessarily compared myself to my grandmother, but as I'm getting older, I'm starting to see some similarities. My granny was an amazing cook. She could take the cheapest cut of meat and make it into the most delicious Southern meal that you've ever tasted. And she was an expert with using an old-fashioned pressure cooker.
And those were the good old days. Ooh, I shudder to think of them. But through the years there were changes. Bless those wonderful people who invent things. Today we bosses are strictly modern. My cooking is now done in the modern manner, by pressure cooker, in minutes instead of hours. Old Carol still helps around the kitchen from time to time, but it's because she likes to, not so much because I have to have her. Nowadays, dinner at home is never a problem, company or no company, even at last-minute notice.
I felt a connection to her when I was given a new version of a pressure cooker called an Instant Pot. Instant Pot is a new and safer version. I remember being scared of the pressure cooker when I was a little girl. My mama would say, "Be careful around that thing, it could explode on you." So glad you're here today. My name is Jennifer, and here at Bluebell Charm, we talk about faith, family, and homemaking. My granny sure did love watching her shows. One of her favorite shows was Murder, She Wrote, and I remember her watching that every Sunday night. And funnily enough, I've been watching Murder, She Wrote as my summer show, and I'm really enjoying it, especially the wardrobe. Jessica has just the prettiest grandma core outfits. Another thing she loved to watch was her stories, and that was her daily soap operas. I think I came out of the womb watching soap operas. We always watched The Young and the Restless, As the World Turns, and Guiding Light. And I would be interested to know if the women in your family watch soap operas as well. She also truly loved her flower beds. I can remember seeing her outside working in her flower beds, wearing this old-timey bonnet that she made to keep the sun off of her face, and that's definitely one thing that I've inherited from my family tree is a love for growing flowers. I wanted to show you what's new in the garden. Some of these zinnias have gotten so tall, they're even taller than I am. And the deer have been over here eating my bell peppers again. I haven't been able to harvest any bell peppers this year. Only one tiny little jalapeno. But I do have some little tiny ones starting. Aren't they so cute? And 3 of my sunflower seeds came up. I'm pretty sure that's what this is. And it looks like this might be a little tiny sunflower bud starting. That is going to be so exciting because I've never grown sunflowers before. And my yarrow has never bloomed. One of you sweet ladies told me that yarrow doesn't like fertile soil, and I put compost and fertilizer in here. And I'm wondering if it's supposed to be thick like this, and I'm also wondering if I should thin it out some. We don't have to be carbon copies of the women on our family tree. We're free to do things our own way, and sometimes that's good and sometimes it's not good, as I'm finding out. The women in my family always hung their clothes out on the line to dry, and that was one thing that I did not bring on my homemaking journey with me. I always use a dryer, and I don't even have a clothesline at all. Well, I'm finding that that was not such a great idea. This year we got a new dryer, and when it was 4 months old, it died. It was still covered under the warranty, thankfully, but it wasn't so easy to get it fixed, and it was broken for a month. And that was one long month. But you know, that wouldn't have fazed the women in my family. It wouldn't have fazed them one bit. They just would have hung their clothes out on the line and kept on going. One thing that I did keep from my family tree was family meals. Even at my grandparents' house, we would sit around the table together and eat, and that really instilled such a feeling of family connection for me. Isaiah 4:19 says, "See, I'm doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? I'm making a way in the desert and streams in the wasteland." The Lord knows all the struggles and challenges you face as a woman and as a homemaker. And if you have a personal relationship with Him, He is making a way for you. As homemakers, we can create new family legacies. What are you building and adding to your family tree for future generations? One family legacy that I'm leaving behind is cooking with my kids. Oh, how much we enjoy that. I wasn't necessarily taught to cook, and it's just such a blessing for me to get to do that with my kids. Another thing that I'm doing is creating a book of family recipes for my kids. One thing that I've recently implemented is making Sundays family days. On Sunday afternoon, we all stay home together and hang out. Then we eat dinner together. We'll have ice cream for dessert and watch a show together, and it's just been so nice. The reason that I've had to implement this is my son Jack is just so busy between work and school and friends, and I tell you, that boy would go off every day of the week if I would let him. But you know, even if you're out of high school, Mama can still lay down the law on certain things. The way we keep a home isn't learned in books or perfectly passed down through the generations. Sometimes it's a mix of things we learn from women from the past, along with new choices that we've made as we evolve. And maybe that's the beauty of homemaking, is that it's never just one thing. It's a mix of old and new, blended together to make a way of homemaking that's uniquely yours. Until next time, happy homemaking.